Hello friends, happy Wednesday. I hope that everybody's having a good week, a good evening, a good day. Why don't you do me a favor when you hop on, if you could type in where you're watching from, or give me a wave and let me know that you're on. I just like to know who's on and where you're from. So tonight I am going to be talking about how to maximize your power walks. So last week I talked about 5 healthy tips, or 5 tips to maintain and maximize your efforts during the winter, how to stay active, how to stay motivated. And one of those things was to walk, to get outside, to walk, or jog or run, depending on what your preference is. But tonight I'm going to talk about power walking and jogging. So power walking is a free, low impact and easy way to burn calories and to stay in shape. Plus you can do it anywhere, right? So you can always get out there and walk no matter where you are. You don't have to be at the gym. You can walk around your neighborhood, or you can walk around your parking lot at work. Or if you're on vacation, you can take a walk down the street. You can take a walk on the boardwalk. It's limitless, right? So walking has aerobic benefits, and what that means is it increases your heart health. It lowers your blood pressure. It helps with weight loss and weight maintenance, and it increases your lung function. And it works 3 main muscle groups, right? When you power walk, or if you run, it will work your stomach, your thighs, and your upper arms, because you're going to be swinging those arms, okay? So it works 3 main muscle groups. And while running is great cardio and aerobic exercise, it can potentially come to damage your knees, your joints, because it's an impact. It's an impact exercise versus walking or power walking. It's not really too much of an impact. When we all know that I'm a runner now, and so I think I'm a runner now, but it started out for me by walking, and then power walking, and then power walking became running. So, depending on your preference, you may just want to stick that out at power walking. If my joints ever start bothering me, if my knees start bothering, my ankles, my hips, if anything starts bothering me, I will take a step back and I'll go back to power walking. And quite frankly, it's a very enjoyable way to exercise. So walking allows you to reap a lot of the same benefits as running, but without the joint damage. And also, did you know that people that walk 12 miles a week may lower their LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, right? You don't want your LDL to be high. So walking 12 miles a week may lower that, which is a plus. And I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to pump up your power walk so you can get the most out of the workout, okay? So let's think about this. Walking is considered a weight-bearing exercise because you're carrying the weight of your body as you exercise. If you want to increase that workout, you can add weights to your walk. So you could buy a weighted belt. If you go around your waist, that will distribute the carrying the weight, evenly, top and bottom. You won't be putting stress on either bottom or top. If you want to build your arms, like me, I have an issue sometimes building that muscle in my arms. You might want to carry some dumbbells or carry something with you while you walk, right? And that'll work your upper arms. So you're going to naturally pump, and that extra weight will help build up your upper arms. You can increase the workout to focus on your stomach muscles by engaging your abs while you're walking and breathing. You can contract and hold your ab muscles for 30 seconds and then release it for 30 seconds. And then, repeat that whole process throughout your walk. That will help tighten that core. It will help build your ab muscles, strengthen that. Anything that you can do to to build that core is going to help you, whether you're a runner or a walker. That's going to help you. So the stronger your core, the stronger you become on your walks and your runs. Okay, so it's a pretty cool concept there, that you can actually not even have to add anything else to your workout. You yourself can build your cores just by the way you breathe and then holding and contracting while you walk. I apologize for the dogs. If you, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, if you're going to focus on your abs while you're walking, I just want you to use caution and pay attention to, what's around you while you're walking. Make sure you don't walk into traffic. Make sure that you're being conscientious of those around you. I always recommend trying to walk during daylight hours. In fact, this time of year, a little bit of a sidetrack. I talked about me being a runner. I actually haven't ran much in the past month or so because coming off of the injury, then it's shortened daylight up here in Pennsylvania. So I get home from work and basically it's dark when I get home, and I live in town, and not that I couldn't go run in town in the dark, but I'd rather not. So basically I'll come home from work, I'll take the dogs for a long, half hour, 45-minute walk. By the time I get back with them, it's already dark. So then I strength train during the week, and then on the weekends I run. That's how I'm handling the dark situation. Looking forward to January, to be honest with you, because the evenings get a little bit longer as far as the light goes. So just be careful if you're walking. That's just my word of advice to you guys. Also, you could opt to walk up hills during your power walks, which I know if you're like me, oh my God, the dreaded hill, right? But power walking up a hill will work out your glutes and your thighs on a more aggressive workout. You can alternate between the power walking and slowing down to do some deep lunges as you climb the hill. That again will help strengthen your glutes and your thighs and your quads. Just be careful. Make sure that before you even power walk, I suggest that you stretch before you leave the house, and then also stretch, when you're done, just like you would if you were running. The most important thing about the power walking, about the running, no matter what, is you want to try to keep your heart rate up. Even if it means you have to march in place while you're trying to cross the street. We've all seen the crazy runners, me included. You come up to an intersection and, whether it's you can't cross because you're in a zone where the little light on the other side is telling you not to cross, if it's too dangerous for the situation, and you're, use caution again if you have earbuds in. Just make sure of your surroundings. Don't cross the street without really being aware of what's going on around you. You'd be surprised how many runners and walkers get hit by cars across this country, even on a daily basis. I know some people on my Facebook groups that have been really, really hurt and hung up by getting hit by a car while running. So just use caution while you're doing this. Crossing the street can be dangerous. Another thing to use caution about is being aware of dogs. So not all dogs are friendly. Not all dogs are going to tolerate you running by them. So be aware of that as well. I've known plenty of people that have gotten bitten, and they've gotten bit pretty bad where they've required stitches, and you have to get the rabies shot and all the fun stuff. So just be careful. If you want to increase the distance, time, and frequency that you power walk, that's going to build up your endurance, right? So you can, I think a general rule of thumb when you're running is usually you can maybe increase by 10% per week, but I wouldn't go more than that. In fact, especially if you're first starting out, I would suggest maybe even going lower than that until you're comfortable. Like I said, when I started this whole journey with my running, I started out as a walker and a power walker, and I kept increasing and increasing that rate, and then eventually I was to the point where if I would have walked any faster, I would have been running. So you may actually get there. So you might think of yourself right now, there's no way I'd be a runner, there's no way I would want to run, but you'd be surprised how quickly you can build up your tolerance and your endurance and get to that running speed if you want to. add to your workout and track your goals and your progress, right? So I'm a big believer in a daily planner or a journal. I use a planner for everything that I do, and I often track my own exercise progress in there, my strength training, my running, walking, whatever I'm doing. I suggest that you track it as well. That way you can see your progress, because a lot of times when we're trying to develop a healthier habit, we get discouraged because we don't see results right away. But if you track what you're doing, even just seeing the fact that, okay, on this day I walked 1 mile, and then next week you look at your daily walks, and oh my goodness, I'm up to 2 miles, 3 miles, whatever it is, you're gonna see progress. If you have a smartwatch, I highly suggest just using that as well to track what you're doing. And then I personally like to see things on paper, so I will transcribe that onto my journal or my planner. Your body is going to build that endurance over time. You're going to want to increase your challenges. So as you're walking through your routines, you're doing whatever, you're either going to want to try to walk faster, try to walk a longer distance, maybe try to walk the same distance in a shorter amount of time. You may have to change that up amongst the three so you don't get bored, or just to keep your muscles cross-trained. It's basically keeping your muscles confused. If you repetitively do the same thing every day, you can plateau. So if you mix things up a little bit, you sometimes have better results doing that. For running, I will sometimes run a slower pace for a longer distance, or I can do intervals. Sometimes those intervals are speed intervals. Sometimes the intervals are just slower intervals to build the endurance. But there's a ton of different ways you can spin even power walking to change things up a bit, so you don't get bored, so your body doesn't get used to doing something and kind of plateauing on you. And plus you want to make it fun, right? So I don't know, I get bored with doing the same thing over and over and over again. So just, there's days that I don't even want to run, I want to just walk, because walking is more enjoyable. You can see more things. You're not worried about, you're actually going to look at things as you go by them, instead of like running. I'm trying to make sure I don't trip and fall, because I have done that flat on my face on the sidewalk. So I don't know, it's just, something to do is to change up that routine a little bit. So I want to know, is anybody that's watching, is there anybody on here that's a walker or a power walker? I'm gonna look and see if there's any comments on here. Yeah, Corlett, you prefer to be outside. I 100% agree. I would much rather be outside than inside. They call it a treadmill in my world. I don't own a treadmill. I don't want to join a gym because I don't want to run or walk on a treadmill. There's a beautiful world outside. If you dress properly, it can be hot, cold, whatever. You can go outside and enjoy Mother Nature and, walk for free. So if you're on here, if you're a walker, let me know. If you're a jogger / runner, let me know. If you're a power walker, let me know. I just want to know which one you prefer. Do you prefer walking? You prefer jogging? Just drop it in the comments. Like I said, I prefer both. On days that I don't run, I normally try to at least walk a half an hour. But that's pretty much it for the day, guys. Just hope that you were able to learn something, maybe want to try something new. Feel free to always, like I said, you can drop a comment in here. I will get that comment. I will reply. If you have any questions, I might be able to answer them. Feel free to shoot me a DM. I'm here to speak to you guys through my own personal experience, because like I've said every week, I am not a certified personal trainer. I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a dietitian. I'm just here speaking from my own personal experiences. So I appreciate all of you guys for watching this, and if you're going to watch the replay, if you're catching the replay, just drop #replay so that I know that you watched it. And if you have any questions, please just drop them in the comments or let me know. And have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.